All right, so we are back with this car, which is the last car of that frame. So yes, they are related. It's the same frame, just updated. And Jaguar did a fantastic job with the update. I mean, this car looks like a piece of artwork. This one in particular, the whole reason it's here is because I have a friend who purchased this car from a dealership, a Chrysler Jeep Dodge dealership. I won't name names, but I do believe it was here in the San Diego area. Well, I'll just show you. So at some point, this car needed to have a repair done to the driver's side door, okay? So here is, let's just go ahead and watch this door close and listen. Hear that? That rattle? It should absolutely never sound like that. This is what it should sound like. Very different. Something happened to the door. Something at some point happened to this door. So when they were putting the door back in, this. So the bolts aren't installed properly. So we have this here. This is kind of hanging down there, that. So when the door shuts, not only does it make that noise, but there's a gap here. And there's a little bit of a rattle when you're driving along. So this is where I get really irritated with dealerships, because you can't tell me that you didn't notice that. You knew that you heard the rattle, and there was absolutely no investigation into it, because I only sat in the car and was in the car 2 minutes before I realized, wait, that didn't sound right. So moving on from there, first of all, they gave him the car with a oddball rim on it, a spare rim, and there was no matching one of these rims here for that wheel. It was just missing, which tells me that more than likely they had just gotten this car in inventory, and probably the car that he came in on was sold. They just turned the car really quickly and didn't really do any sort of reconditioning, which, you know, it happens. I mean, usually I'll say, okay, we'll do paperwork, but you gotta come back in a bit, in a few days. So they did some detail work, because this is all clean in here, and he just bought this car. So this is all clean in here, but what I noticed yesterday was the coolant was low, power steering was very low, and the oil has not been changed. The service light came on him, which is why he came by. That brings me to my point. Some dealers really don't do their due diligence to make sure that these customers, or our customers, I shouldn't say these customers, our customers get off on the right footing. So he hasn't had this car very long. It's been a few thousand miles, and now he has to do the oil change and a bunch of services. So you know, it's one of those things where you just go, shame on you, dealership, for taking advantage of this person and not doing what you should have done in order to make sure that he was going to get a reliable car. I'm going to change the air filter form right now, because I have a sneaking suspicion that it has not been changed, or well, I know for a fact it hasn't been changed. So we're going to be doing that. I went and I got a K&N air filter to replace it with, and then we're gonna do the oil. If I remember correctly, the oil filter on these cars are right down here. One additional thing, and actually the thing that really got me the most with the car, was it was not polished. at all whatsoever. They probably ran the car through the drive-through car wash at the nearest Shell, because it was scratched as hell, and I had to spend most of my day today, or morning, I should say, polishing the car for him, because he deserves to have a car that he gets new to him that's shiny. Because not only does he deserve it, the car deserves it, and he loves the car, and he's going to take care of the car. So I went ahead and just did it for him, and just kind of took one for the team. But also, this is probably the biggest. So on the Carfax report, it does say that there was a accident on the car, or with the car, and it was a you guys who know cars already can see. Yeah, right there. See that wavy? What an amateur job that is, right there. And so I showed him how to identify, because it's from right about here all the way down. So then in here, I was showing him this, and it's all bent up, and there's chips out of the paint. And I told him that I really hope that there's not going to be any rust issues later on because of that. That's a little scary. So then we looked here, and oh, there we go. Yep, it was Bondoed, and the Bondo looks as if, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's cracking, or it's just separating a little bit. So these are things to watch out for. I'm not saying this to be a bitch to the other dealers. I'm saying this and showing the public that these are the things to look for. And when a car says that it's been in an accident and it's disclosed on the Carfax report, do go out and feel the paint, and make sure that this didn't happen to your car, because while most people aren't going to notice this, I do. And I felt bad when I told him, oh wait, I found where your accident was. Oh, look how terrible this job was. I felt bad that I felt like maybe he thought I didn't, I thought that he was an amateur at buying cars, and that's not at all. Like, he didn't know what to look for. So at any rate, let's go ahead and get this air filter changed, as well as the oil changed, and we will get this car back on the road for him. And it's all polished up for him. He'll have a new air filter, he'll have a new oil, or have a fresh oil changed, or change. It's, one of the things that you just gotta watch for, kind of like a buyer beware thing, because these actually are really good cars. You just have to be careful and be mindful of the dealership that you're buying from. And I don't want to say don't trust any dealer, because there are dealers that you can trust, but definitely, do your due diligence. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that this helps you in your purchase experience for a Jaguar, whether it be an XF, or whether it be for the earlier version of the frame, the S-Type over there, because these are great cars, and they are fun to drive, and they're very well balanced, and they are unique. And that's where Jaguar stands out, is that they are unique. So take care. I will see you guys on the next video for the next set of cars that I'm going to be doing. I think, actually, I will give you guys a quick glimpse. Okay, what are we starting next? It will be this guy here, BMW 330 Ci ZHP manual. So we have a few things we got to do there, well, quite a few things, and then we will be we'll be working on BMWs. Oh, they did do something to this car. They changed the air filter. Well, I'm happy at least that was done. Messy. So, like here, and then here. Everything's all lined up. I'm gonna go ahead and screw it back in, and we're good. All right, so we got it all cleaned up. There we go. And we're gonna work on the oil change now. See you guys next time.